Hey, what's going on guys? Danny here, bringing you guys some footage of Dying Light for the PC. For this video, I want to take a look at how this game performs on mid to high-end hardware. But before I get into that, I just want to take a moment and just say that this game is just fantastic. I honestly don't know why I didn't try it out earlier when it came out. Maybe that was because I was hearing that it wasn't optimized properly, or that people had nicknamed it as parkour simulator, so I never really gave it the time of day. Which is a mistake I regret, because I can assure you that none of those things are true. As I'll explain later in the video, the game doesn't have any performance issues, and it actually has a very interesting story, and the gameplay is very immersive and unique. I'm really enjoying it. So if you haven't tried this game out for yourself, I highly recommend doing so. So for my testing, I'm going to be using my personal rig, which has an Intel Core i5-6600K, which has been overclocked to 4.6 GHz, paired with 8 GB of DDR4 memory, clocked at 2800 MHz. For our graphics card, we have an MSI Radeon R9 390, running at a graphics core clock of 1060 MHz and 1525 MHz to the RAM. Also, for your convenience, I have hardware monitor running on the side so you can see the GPU and CPU utilization, along with their corresponding temperatures. So here you can see the settings that I have configured when running this game. I am running this game at full HD resolution, 1920 by 1080. I have settings such as texture quality and foliage set to high, along with anti-aliasing turned on. I decided to turn off motion blur and film grain because I really can't stand those types of graphical effects. Also, I have turned off Nvidia HBAO Plus and Nvidia depth of field to see how this game performs without them, since I am running an AMD card, and I'm sure you guys have all seen that sometimes when a game is optimized for one brand of hardware, the other suffers. Now with those settings turned off, the game's average frame rate is in the high 90s and low 100s. The experience is very smooth, I get no stutters. And honestly, the game looks very visually appealing even without the extra Nvidia graphical features. Sometimes the frame rate will even go all the way to the 120s and even 130s. However, what happens when I turn on those graphical features? Despite all the problems you might hear about in regards to AMD cards running on Nvidia optimized software, the experience was still very smooth and consistent. The frame rate did take somewhat of a hit, hovering in the mid-80s and sometimes dipping into the mid-70s. However, with those settings turned on, they weren't as taxing to the performance as I thought they would have been, and the game looks even better. So don't worry if you bat for the red team, because you can still max this game out and have it run great. Well guys, that's pretty much all that I have to say. If you found this video to be informative and helpful, then hit that like button. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.
The distance from Rise's men, they just as soon shoot. Keep a lookout for the ghost.
Hey, Spike. I'm Crane.
Just what I need. More unskilled labor. All right, shut up and pay attention. There are two types of airdrops. One has food, first aid supplies, survival gear, and such. The other kind is filled with antizin.